Computex 2025, a year ago, Endorfy showed us a project case they were working on. It was codenamed Fishtank, and they said, do you have any idea what we might name this case when it goes into production? And I said, you could always call it Fishtank. And now they have launched the Endorfy Fishtank 6000 Corona. So the name apparently is my fault, but despite the fact it's my fault, the piece of 3D printed sea life is not included. This Corona edition of the Fishtank 6000 comes with 4 RGB fans installed, as you can see, 1 in the rear and 3 in the side. Endorfy is a Polish brand and we've been given an MSRP of €119. However, the on-sale price in the UK at Amazon is £140. There's also a Flex edition that comes without fans. The MSRP there, we're told, is €89, but the Amazon price here in the UK is just over £100. Let's pull off some panels and see what we've got. Single thumb screw on the main glass, which pops off. As you can see, it's lightly tinted, which is what we expect on a black case. On the top, magnetic dust filter. On the bottom, slide out dust filter. On the right hand side, plain panel, magnetic filter on the inside, and clearly that is the intake for these 3 fans. Worth pointing out, those are reverse fans, so they're drawing air in. Front AIO is down there. This panel here is secured with a single screw. And it pulls out to reveal a drive bay. We have 2 controllers double stacked for the fans. This is the ARGB lighting controller. Behind that we have the PWM. I've never seen that approach used before. Generally you have a combination ARGB and PWM hub. And we remove this screw. And out comes the drive plate, opening up the back of the motherboard tray. And you will note we have loads of holes because this case supports rear connection motherboards such as MSI's Project Zero. You can't install fans behind the front glass because of course you can't flow air through glass, and that means we don't have to touch this panel at all, but instead we can get on and install some PC hardware inside the Fishtank 6000 and see how it both looks and performs. And we're starting with the motherboard assembly, which is this MSI Mag X870E Tomahawk Max Wi-Fi PZ Project Zero. You cannot see any of the block connectors. The processor is the king of gaming CPUs, AMD Ryzen 7 9850X 3D. SSD is a Crucial T700, that's a Gen 5. Let's snap on the heatsink. And for memory, 32GB of G-Skill Trident Z5 Neo RGB. Next we can do the power supply and get things connected. We're using a Thermaltake Tough Power GT, rated at 1200 watts. That's gold rated and ATX 3.1. Slides in from the side rather than from the rear, and once it's secured with the traditional 4 screws, we're ready to do some cable management, and then we can get on installing the CPU cooler. That's looking better. The final step with the cable management is to plug in the front panel audio connector, which doesn't work. Turns out Endorfy's mucked up the holes in the motherboard tray, so that's a disappointment. For the CPU cooler, I'm using this Silverstone Ice Mist 360, and it looks like an absolute peach, perfectly suited to the Endorfy. So I can install this 360 cooler in the side position on the existing fans, or I can put it in the roof. Mucking around with the side fans, what's the point? Nope. I'm going to put it there. Have to say, that looks like it goes in really easily. And once the cooler's in place, it's time for the graphics card. And we're using this Palette RTX 5080 GameRock OC. A full-size graphics card that slips into place with plenty of space. Those side intake fans are entirely clear of the graphics card. Not bad going for such a compact case. Let's install the screws, hook up the power, and then we can get the PC running. With the PC running, our first impression is the light show from the 4 Corona 120mm fans is rather pleasant. And then we use smoke to visualise the airflow. The intake is on the side, but we immediately see air is ejected through the front of the AIO. The first fan appears to be doing most of the work. The solid power supply shroud and the plastic shroud at the front that covers that drive bay don't seem to help airflow in the slightest. So air comes in the side, goes through the graphics card and is ejected through the roof. But we can also see air being drawn in the roof of the case approximately in the middle. So while airflow is working correctly in general terms, when you get to the specifics it doesn't look very good at all. To test the Endorfy Fishtank 6000 we're using a combination of Cinebench R23 and Speedway stress test. The PC is drawing 600 watts at the wall socket, the graphics card is using 350 watts and the processor is using 150 watts. For our first test, the fans on the AIO cooler are running at 1000 RPM and the 4 case fans are also running at 1000 RPM, and it sounds like this. The weather here is rather hot with an ambient of 26 degrees. The processor is running at a toasty 95 Celsius and the graphics card at 68 degrees. For the second test, we increased the speed of the case fans to 1300 RPM and the speed of the fans on the AIO cooler are now 1500 RPM, and that sounds like this. And we see the CPU temperature drop slightly from 95 degrees to 93 degrees. Graphics temperature is unchanged at 68 degrees. For the third test, we increased the case fans to full speed, which is 1500 RPM, and the fans on the AIO cooler are at 1900 RPM, and that sounds like this. The CPU temperature drops further to 90 degrees, the graphics temperature is now 67 degrees. For the fourth and final test, we increase the AIO fans to full speed, which is 2100 RPM, and that sounds like this. CPU temperature is unchanged at 90 degrees, the graphics temperature drops 1 degree to 66 degrees. And we come to my conclusions about the Endorfy Fishtank 6000 Corona. I'm going to balance out two things before I get into my conclusion. On the plus side, I could have said I like the name, as apparently I'm responsible for the name, but I'm going to take that off the table. I could also criticise Endorfy for missing the opportunity of including a 3D printed piece of marine life with this case. Fish tank, fish, makes perfect sense. But I'm not going to do that either. Instead, I'm going to talk about the actual case. And that's actually more surprisingly difficult than you might think, because it's in many respects very average. A case with a main glass panel, glass on the front, side cooling and 4 RGB fans, 4 120mm RGB fans. There's a lot of them about. You are into these subtle differences, like these are reverse fans, so you get air intake and you can see the RGB. It also doesn't help that right now it's Amazon's Prime Day, which seems to go on for an entire week. So all sorts of cases are currently slashed in price. There are various Corsairs that are down like 70 and 80 pounds. Instead of being 170, they're like 100 or 90. So getting a valuation for this case is surprisingly tricky. It's not easily available and that one price I can find in the UK is far more than the MSRP, so £140 gives you that eek feeling. In fact, I would welcome comments. If you're from Poland or East Germany, in other words Endorfy is a local brand to you, do please tell me how much you would pay for this case locally in euros. That'd be a great help. So let's get on specifically to the pros and cons. Pros, the good points. There's plenty of room inside the case to build your PC. Heaps of space. The cooler goes in simply, graphics card, no trouble at all. Secondly, the included ARGB fans give you a decent light show. And thirdly, it's very tidy. I like the styling, has a smart appearance. Cons, the negative points. The airflow and the cooling aren't much cop. It is possible I could use the mounts on top of the power supply shroud, and adding fans there would drag some air past the power supply, which pretty much fills that section. I don't have much hope that would do much good. It's also worth noting the rear fan doesn't seem to do much either. You can see that from the smoke. It's just not getting anywhere near this fan. I was discussing this with James. Many cases these days come without a rear fan. It doesn't look right to our eyes. We put a rear fan in because it seems correct. Doesn't help cooling at all. Sometimes it even draws air in around the fan from the back and it comes straight back out again. Modern times, we like cases that have the power supply moved, perhaps on their side in a different compartment, and air goes directly up through the graphics card out the top. That configuration works really well. This, not so much. That was one con. Wow. Secondly, the fan racks, specifically the roof of the case, not removable. However, installing the AIO was dead straightforward, but James likes a removable fan rack. I'm not going to argue with James. And thirdly, and it only affected me because I was using a Project Zero motherboard with that rear connector, I couldn't plug into that front panel audio connector. A conventional motherboard would have no difficulty whatsoever, but those front panel audio connectors are always in the same position. Just didn't work in this instance. Overall, I'm going to give this a worth considering and a 7 out of 10. Do please check us out at kitguru.net, and don't forget we're on TikTok.